Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Oregairu. It is season 2 episode 2, and you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode, so see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back to a land of confusion and questions, because that episode, whoa, I am not sure if I really got everything that happened. There is a lot of deep stuff in here, especially about Abina, but there are a lot of other characters who opened up quite a bit. So, I rewatched the ending, as I said, because I was not sure if I got correctly what Abina was saying. And I am still not sure. It's complicated. So let's dive in from the beginning. So we had a little very nice intro with Komachi where she asked for 3 things to bring along. I'm not sure if he got the gifts for her. I think they will not show it either. So food, I mean, we've seen him eat, so okay. Papers, yeah, well, I guess not. And I'm not sure was it stories or fun stories, because about fun stories I really would question that. Okay, there was the ghost house which we see here, that was entertaining, but what happened later on was a lot of things but really not fun. So let's see. The boys do dream of Hamachi, which is weird, but everyone in their very own ways, so he forgot to say Uno. For those who know the game, that was about beating Hachiman in the game. Okay, and even the having the snickering, the mean way of beating him because he forgot a rule. So whatever that's important. We had the ghost house. I liked it. It was very entertaining to see how the characters differently reacted. So we have those like Yui who are very easily scared, and she even said it, why don't you play along? So she is inviting the scare, she allows it, she likes it, she wants to be scared. It's not that she is easily scared only, I guess that's as well, but she likes it, so she gave in to the haunted house. She wanted it to be nice, while Hikki's example is more like, what the heck, right? We had some other characters who are just kind of ignoring us, Ebina's example. And we had others who tried to play cool but still were frightened, which we can see in the picture here. So, in many ways, if you have ever been to a spooky house or stuff like that, with other people, we all know how it is. And even if you know it is not real, and you know there are just some actors in those costumes, people working there, or stuff like that, or that this is just a puppet falling from the top somewhere and not a real dead person. When you're surprised and it surprises you, you are still scared. You cannot change that. It is just this moment of your knowledge is just pushed away in this second when you are scared. So that's one thing. Then we had the moment where he helped Yui up. So there was a short and tender moment there, and she picked it. She likes it. There is still something from her side. She would like to have more. And they talked. They got Yuki in then later on, and that's an interesting difference there. So the spooky house, it's those two that go to, while Yuki is sitting outside and watching the stone garden and trying to understand what the deeper meaning is, mainly because there's a fairy creature mentioned, but still, so she is still more the sophisticated one, and she gives them the addresses for nice places to be, in the hope that they can use this to bring in some moment for I always want to say Toby, that's wrong. Was it Toby? I wrote him down and now I forgot it. And Abina, whatever. So That's the beginning, the setup. And then we kind of go into interesting territories. Because we have Miura, and that was surprising to me, in a one-on-one situation with Hikki. So they talking to each other. I'm not sure if it was accidentally that they met there, because the way that she talked to him, that she informed him about stuff and her position on what Hikki's trying right now and the others. It felt to me very much that I think she could have been there on purpose, waiting for him to have a private moment to talk to him, where she can later on always say it was just, we just met accidentally. And she was pretty clear, so she wants to keep a status quo, as it seems a lot of people want. She doesn't want him to involve there. She does not want Ebina to get into whatever kind of trouble. And that is a major thing that was not mentioned later on anymore. She states that Yui knows something about Ebina's past, about Ebina and why she is not going out with boys. So Yui never mentioned anything, and even until the end we never got anything there. So what is it that she means? Maybe we will learn later on. Combining that with statements of Ebina in the end of this episode, it really piques my interest. So that's the one thing. It was a nice little talk, I like that, and it brought in this idea of status quo, not changing anything, all is fine now, that we hear from other characters in this episode later on. Ebina still once more pushed Hikki to make up with the boys. As we know now, it was about that they get along back into whatever kind of normal way again. And we had this little food scene where Yui shared her food with Yuki and Hikki. I'm not sure if there's a deeper meaning. If so, then I didn't catch it. Hayama, who asked them to do this, to set up this trying for a relationship. I wouldn't say he worked against them, but he really didn't help them. He behaved strangely, and as we know from the end now, because he was asked by Ebina as well to keep a status, to not push it. And that's why he's conflicted. And he states, when having a one-on-one conversation with Hikki as well, so everyone is talking with him, that he himself would like to keep a status quo as well. So everything that is happening is mainly only because Tobe wants it to happen. And they kind of, they're in this position that him being a friend, want to help him and wish him good, so they try to give him a chance, but on the other hand, inside and by that I guess it's Mira as well, they want to keep a status, and they are pretty sure that it isn't working out, and once he gets rejected by Ebina, he will lose his face in front of the others, which could cause a problem, He may be so offended that he leaves the group. She, being the one that denied him, will have kind of a weird view from the others as well, and might leave the group as well. So there's a potential for everything to go down, which is a very typical thing if you think about it. There are always those moments when, I think we all had that somewhere in our past, that you had a friendship and you thought, at least for a moment, about if this friendship could become more. Could this be a possible relationship for the future, Like going out and starting a real relationship. And there's always this moment when you think about it and you have to consider, is there enough for a relationship? Is there more feeling, you know? And if I ask this other person, there's always a potential to destroy the friendship. And that's what we see here in this episode so very well. We have friendships, a big one, you know, a group of friends, and the potential for a relationship and the wish for a relationship is about to destroy the whole group here, the friendship that has been formed in the past. And that's sad, but that's the way it always works, because when we are rejected, you know, we are always hurt. That's how we are as human beings. So that's one thing. However, what they did, or what he did, it was Hikki. So he made a plan. He knew how to handle it. He knew how to save this whole situation, because it became very, very apparent to him, and I think to everyone, that Ibina would clearly say no. There is no chance that she would agree. And so he took the bullet. And in very many ways, quite literally, he jumped in front of him. You know, if she would have shot a weapon there, it would have been Hikki that was shot. So he walked in front of him and stated that he loves her and wants to go out with her, you know. And she thus was able to say no to him, to Hikki, and stating that she at the moment would go out with no boy at all. Thus telling it directly, but not directly, to the one who really wanted to ask. So, from this point of view, there was a perfect solution. It was clever, it was nice, it was very well done. It saved the day, it saved the whole situation there. And it was what Hayama wanted. And he knew that this was more than the only option, because he knew that how Hikki is working. He knew how he's thinking, what he would do. So Hayama used Hikki there to the benefit of his group, and that's the difference, being aware what that means. Because I think even Hikki was not really aware of what he did in that moment, because what else happened? So we have the one side, the old friendship group here around Hayama and Miura, who, due to the doing of Hikki, came out quite good. You know, they even have like a funny story to tell. Like, do you remember that one time when Hikki just said he loves her, and she rejected him? Stuff like that. He saved the possibility of such a relationship in the future for Ebina and Tobi. But what he did additionally, and Hikki was not aware of that, and that's the thing, is that he did hurt Yui and Yuki. And he hurt them a lot, because he just went out and told to a girl that he loves her. And that is something I think both of them would want to hear from him, because there is some feeling there. So he hurt himself, he hurt them, and Hayama was aware of that, which, by the way, is like the first negative glimpse on him we get, that he used someone else knowing that it will hurt him and the people around him. The reactions were pretty clear, so all others left. Yuki left, stating clearly that she hates what he's doing, because he does it to himself in such moments, but in this case he did it to himself, and she was hurt, no question there. And Yui it felt for a moment like she was taking it better, but if you look at that very clearly, I mean, she had tears in her eyes, and she told him what happened. That's the difference. Yui was the one that informed Hikki about, you just screwed up big time. Clearly, man, you just screwed it up. So, that's more than could have been the episode there. And then we have this little afterthought, this little moment later on with Ebina and Hikki. Now, and that's a complicated one on very many levels. So, the big ending is that Hikki states everyone is always lying. You know? Everyone's lying. Greetings, the doctor. Everybody lies. Uh, but it is about the fact that those people lie to themselves and to each other sometimes, just to keep this group going. The perfect status quo. We are all friends. We are all having a good time. And he states the biggest liar is me, so Hikki. So he lied to himself about not having feelings, I would say. The question is he lying to himself so good that he really believes it? That's what I'm guessing. I'm not sure. I can only guess here. Because from his side, at least I don't get so much clear messages about what he feels about those two girls, Yui and Yuki. That's the one side of this story. The other thing is Ibina. And as I said, I'm not sure what is going on with her. Something happened in the past. She states that she could make a good couple with Hikki because they're both in their very own way weird and harsh in what they do and how they act. And they kind of played their little game of words with each other, of like making fun at that, but not really meaning it. However, what does it tell you about a person if this person says, I am rotten? That's, you don't say something like that about yourself normally. So something happened that hurt her to the mark, damaged her in many regards, I guess, and how she's acting, how she's reacting is a telltale of that. I guess we will learn more about that. That's one thing. And then she says, and that's where I'm confused, that she hasn't felt this good as she does with those friends in a long time, and she doesn't want to lose it. So I like myself and the people around me now. I haven't felt like this in a while, and I don't want to lose it, which is something I can understand. And then she continues with while turning away, which is why I hate myself. So is this I don't want to lose it something she hates about herself? Or what is it? I am not sure about that one. It is a very strange state she has there. And as I said, that made me think, because I'm confused about these last moments in this episode. Because I don't know what this means. Not completely, at least. Yeah. As I said, a really good episode. If it makes you think, it is always worth watching, right? So I look forward to the next one. And I hope that maybe we'll get a little bit of light in there. It will for sure be a hard one next time, because as I discussed, Hikki damaged his relationships to the two girls, and getting back up on the boat now and repairing that is a major task. And I don't know if that will be an easy one. We will see. So, until the next time, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye, and out.